Thank you so much for enjoying. And now, time for us to move on to the next segment, Music Nerd. Well, it's a segment, and I'm going to be sharing some musical knowledge for you guys to enjoy the music you guys listen to even more. So today, we're going to learn about some major roles in the industry. I'm not going to get into all these details. I'm just going to kind of scheme through what's out there. So first off, we have the songwriter, right? It's not the producer, the songwriter. They create the skeleton, the melody, the lyrics, and sometimes maybe the draft of chord progressions even. And some specialize in top lines, meaning they just write the vocal melody and words over an existing beat. And next up, we have the track maker or beat maker. They're like architect, building the house of sound. For example, they add drums, bass, synth, grooves, all the other goodies as long as it's related to instruments. In pop and hip hop music, they're more known as the beat makers. Now, onto the producer. This title is widely misunderstood among the fans. They play bigger role than just creating a song, but think of them like a movie director. They make the big calls, what vibe the track should have, how it should be arranged, how to bring the best out of the artist. And next one, we have the arrangers. So they decide how the instruments flow, how the chorus explodes, whether a string section enters or whether the guitar drops out a moment for the vocal to shine even more, etc. They're the kind of people who's in charge of making those decisions. And then we have to speak about engineers. You guys might generally know there is mix engineer and there's mastering engineer, but there's actually a lot more when it comes to the field of engineers. But the major three are recording engineers, there's mixing engineers, and there's mastering engineers. So what they do is recording engineers, just like the name suggests, they capture the performance of the artist. And mix engineers, they are the people who's in charge of balancing everything right until it sounds right. And mastering engineers, they make sure the final product hits the same on your earbuds, your car, or a stadium speaker. And of course, well, artists comes the last. They deliver the emotion. So the part we actually hear and see. But here's a role that's often invisible to listener, which is A&R. They are the scouts and curators. So they find new talent, connect songwriters with producers, pick which demos make it onto the album, and sometimes even shape the artist's direction. And if the producer is the director, A&R is like the casting and talent department, deciding to see who even gets into the movie. And oftentimes, they know more about music than musicians. Well, of course, there are many more, but all these roles together create the music we listen to every day. So the next time when you see a track credit with more than like 10 to 12 names total, just remember it's not a work of a person, it's a collaboration, all right? Now, we are gonna... Oh, the thing is, our PD name's like, I used to be an A&R. Do you remember that? Yes, of course we remember that. Well, anyway, guys, she has participated in a couple of renowned albums in the past. I forgot which it was, but when I first heard which album she worked on, I was like, oh my God, you were the mastermind behind that album. Well, we're gonna ask which album that was during the next song break. If you guys have any more questions about what we learned today, please feel free to submit some during the next song break. And also, don't forget to send in the answer for question of the day. It is, if you were given a full week of vacation, what would you like to do? All right, so we're going to take a listen to these two songs, beginning with Chida with Autumn Breeze featuring Rachel Lim, and the second one is from Bibi with Movie Shoot featuring Amen. Enjoy!
It's see the stars won't pass you as you drift apart and end. Like the leaves riding on the autumn breeze. Like the days gone too far for us to seize. We move on and leave it as it is. But once in a while, let the reminiscence brighten this melody. I can take you far, far away, far enough for us to disappear. Should you feel a little scared, know that I am still right here. It will be a little bittersweet, it might even feel a bit surreal. Just see the stars won't pass you as you drift apart and end. Like the leaves riding on the autumn breeze. Like the days gone too far for us to seize. We move on and leave it as it is. But once in a while, let the reminiscence brighten this melody.
영화 속의 주인공이 다 너야. 잡은 손만 놓지 않는 거야. 자꾸 벽그럽게 웃고 있는 너를 볼 때면 계속 그래 난 함께 손을 보고 싶어. 언제부터 모든 게 너야. 네 얼굴만 떠오르는 거야. 기세 묻어 나온 네가 다시 보고 싶을 땐 이렇게 또 난 이 밤이 너무 길어서 yeah, 모든 게 또 너야. 보고 싶은 내 손이 폰만 드는 yeah, 나는 미안해. 너랑 좀 더 걷고 싶어. 내가 조금 핑계대니 yeah, 나도 몰래 매일매일 가까워져. 넌 찾아놨어. 너와 걷고 싶은 avenue. 살다 많은 곳이 싫다거나 하면 말해주길 바래. 바뀐 내일 색깔 나만 보여주길 바래. 가끔 또 취해버린 날에 한참 못한 네 얘기를 해줘. 이렇게 너와 서로 더 깊게 영화 속의 주인공이 다 너야. 작은 손만 놓지 않는 거야. 자꾸 벽그럽게 웃고 있는 너를 볼 때면 계속 그래 난 함께 손을 보고 싶어. 언제부터 모든 게 너야. 네 얼굴만 떠오르는 거야. 기세 묻어 나온 네가 다시 보고 싶을 땐 이렇게 또 난 이 밤이 너무 길어서
벌써 며칠째 네가 떠올라. 아무것도 못하게 됐나. 달콤하게 녹아드는 너의 말에 이 밤이 끝나지 않게. 너와 나만의 씬 속에서 매일 replay. 꿈결처럼 너의 품속에서 속삭여줘.
영화 속의 주인공이 다 너야. 작은 손만 놓지 않는 거야. 자꾸 벽그럽게 웃고 있는 너를 볼 때면 계속 이제부터 모든 게 너야 네 얼굴만 떠오르는 거야 기세 묻어 나온 네가 다시 보고 싶을 땐 이렇게 또 난 이 밤이 너무 길어서
Arirang Radio.
Are you a fan of Korean culture? Stay in the loop with the freshest K-pop and the latest from Korea. This is your host, Samuel Hall, and you are listening to Radius. Previous songs we had Chida with Autumn Breeze featuring Rachel Lim, and the second song is from Bibi with Movie Shoot featuring Eamon. By the way, it's not the Bibi that we know. This person goes by the name of just two alphabet B's, BB. It's not B-I-B-I. Alright, so I asked Petey Nim which album she participated back when she was still an A&R for a record label, and she refused to share the name. I mean, I know which album that is, but she told me specifically not to mention the name of the album, but I'm gonna give you guys some hint of about which album she participated. That specific album won the very first Korean Music Award, thrown back in 2003. Anyway, let's go through some questions from you guys. Kwitsutsu says, Sam, what's the difference between the producer and composer? Well, I told you earlier, but Bruce was kind enough to simplify it for you. He said, if I may answer, Tsu, the composer writes the song while the producer oversees the recording of that song. He's got that right. Think about Rick Rubin, who's participated in many legendary records. One of my favorite albums that he participated in, of course, Voodoo by D'Angelo. But what he does is he just simply listens to music and he just calls a final shot whether this album is ready to go or not. That's what producer does, and composer on the other hand, they are the ones who's in charge of writing the song. So there's huge difference between those two. And Nick Archer says, wow, I did not expect that there are so many involved. Well, you know what, you'd be surprised how many people participate just to create an album, and actually there's many more roles in the industry. And Wendo says, finding so many people to work for one album must be tricky. Sometimes we forget that so many people work behind. Well, that's where the role of a producer kicks in. He or she always makes sure nothing gets out of the line from the original plans they had for the album. And Adrian says, oh, so the producer is also in charge of how the notes should sound like too. No, actually, they have this specific role dedicated for that, which is sound designer. So this is kind of a niche role in the music industry still, because most of the music producers or not engineers, the composers, they usually do that on their own to match their musical taste. But in some cases, for example, if you take a look at some of the albums from The Weeknd, they had this dedicated role of sound designer to create this tone when it comes to adding a synthesizer for, that's just an example, synthesizer for a track to fit better. And Tasmia says, my question is, among all the types of people you've mentioned, which of them usually say, yes, now this song is perfect? Of course, that's the role of producer. And next one, wow, Bronte, you have so many questions. Do you think songs are better when all these different roles collaborate directly, or can songs still be good if they're all very separate? In my opinion, they will lose that special touch. Well, it depends on the case, actually, case by case stuff. Oftentimes, the major record labels, they usually bring a bunch of musicians into their studio to work on a song. But it starts, I mean, sometimes the results come out really great, sometimes they don't. So I guess, yeah, pros and cons always exist. There's no specific answer for this one. And next question from Bronte. Do A&R people need in-depth knowledge of music or more people style oriented? Both, Bronte, of course, because they are in charge of casting artists and the songs in the first place. So I'd say their role plays a very important role when it comes to making an album.